Hello, guys, it's another exciting episode on GAC Podcast. I'm Phillips Josh. Welcome you to another episode. This is season 2, episode 12 of on the show. I think while I was actually doing the episode count, I made a mistake on the episode 8. Episode 8 was meant to be episode 9. Yeah, I think I'm going to correct that. But I want to actually apologize for the late podcast episode for last week. I was supposed to drop that 2 weeks ago, but because of reasons beyond my control, I was unable to do that. The network connection, I wouldn't want to mention network providers because at some point they used to be good in other areas, but of recent, I think the network connection became so poor that we were even unable to do normal things like reading online, and the rest was more like difficult. I don't know if it's from my phone connectivity or probably from the network. But of recent, it's become a bit clearer. Yes, for a few days now, it's become a bit clearer. So, welcome back to another episode. Like I said before, it's episode 12. So, let's not forget the episode count. And last week we talked about climate, how you can protect the environment while still making money. Today we're going to be talking about something very important, which is technology and the future of agriculture. I think a lot of people have actually been expecting this topic, as it's not a new thing. I think it's a topic that actually a lot of agro hacks has actually used as a topic. A lot of online classes, online seminars, conferences have actually used for their events to actually pull or draw those industry experts who are good in technology to actually tell their stories about how they feel agriculture can actually, or technology can actually positively impact agriculture. So it's this is your go-to source for all things agriculture and technology. I'm your host, like I said, Phillips Josh, and we are going to be talking about how technology is shaping the future of agriculture. Agriculture has actually come a long way from its humble beginnings, and technology has earned or played a pivotal role in this transformation. Today, we will explore the cutting edge innovations that are revolutionizing the way that we farm as farmers, from precision farming or precision agriculture, like it's called, to smart farming techniques. Let's start with precision farming. It's actually like agriculture on steroids, but it's a good way that farmers actually use or equip themselves with drones, GPS technology, and sensors that actually allow them to monitor every inch of their field. So, from sitting at a spot, they can actually get precise value or precise overall health of their farm or monitor their farm effectively. Now, this means less waste for them, higher yield for them, and more sustainable future for agriculture. Now, when I'm talking about this drone or technology in agriculture, I'm not basically referring to just Nigeria, because as we know, Nigeria has not really grown vast in this area, although there are some farms that are actually trying to utilize this to ensure that their farms meet the need of food production in the country. But it's a global stuff that I'm talking about here, and whether you're listening from Nigeria or not, just know that a lot of these innovations have been already started being used in other countries. But that's actually just the beginning. Drone, GPS technology that allows sensors to monitor fields. That's just the beginning. Now, artificial intelligence is stepping onto the farm. It's stepping into other areas, but it's actually important that we know that it's actually taking a toll on the farm as well. It's helping farmers to make data-driven decisions. Machine learning algorithms can actually analyze the soil conditions now to a very good rate. Weather forecast is one good thing that it actually does, and crop health is also another, and this is just to recommend the perfect timing for planting, harvesting, and even when it is adequate to irrigate. So even without you going to check yourself, you actually have these AI tools that help you ensure or help notify you when to irrigate, the perfect time for planting, helping you do your weather forecast. The next is the Internet of Things. It's also playing a significant role. I love that name, the IoT, Internet of Things. Now, smart tractors and equipment can actually communicate with each other and with the farmers, especially the farmers' smartphones. And imagine receiving a text message from your tractor, like actually telling you it's time to plow the south field because the moisture levels are just right. So I think that is actually one thing that actually makes this very important. But most farmers, you don't have to be scared because AI can never replace your job. There's always going to be a need for that human touch in agriculture that always keeps a farmer on the farm. All right, in as much as it makes life easier, it doesn't replace us. So as farmers, we still have our way in our farm doing things the way we love them. Most farmers might actually have this on the negative side, believing that oh, very soon it's going to take over our job. No, AI, in as much as artificial intelligence is helping, I don't really believe that it can actually take over the responsibility of farmers on the farm. Yeah. And we do not forget about the magic of engineering, especially genetic engineering. All right, CRISPR technology is enabling scientists to actually create crops that are more resilient to pests and diseases. This makes it easy for them to reduce the need for harmful pesticides, actually protecting the environment and the soil health as well. And it does not only boost yields but also makes the food more environmentally friendly. So, does all of this actually mean for, what does that actually, all of this mean for the future of agriculture? That's a question I know might trouble you. Now, it actually means that we are on the brink of a farming revolution and we are producing more food with fewer resources, reducing our impact on the environment, and feeding a growing global population. That's an applause on our part, you know. But of course, there are challenges ahead. All right, privacy concerns with all the data collection and the need for sustainable energy sources to power these technologies and ensuring that small farmers have access to these innovations. And this is just a few hurdles that we must have to overcome as farmers because it's one thing that all these technologies are in place. It's another thing for everyone to have access to it, especially smallholder farmers as well. And when these smallholder farmers does not have access to it, and we only have the big ones having access to it, it does not really eliminate global. It does not actually make it, how would I say it? It doesn't actually prove that it exists because most farmers doesn't even know that there are drones that actually monitor farmers, especially the smallholder farmers. They don't know that there is something that is called Internet of Things that helps tractors communicate with their farmers' smartphones. They don't know that a lot of these technologies actually are in place to actually ensure that it makes it easier for farmers to actually do their job, do weather forecasting, detect soil moisture levels and the rest. But I think when these things get to the lower level, more making it more affordable and actually making it available for farmers, readily available for farmers even on the lower scale, will actually help everyone feel the impact of technology in actually reducing the stress of farming and making it more enticing for you to actually come into the industry and play their games well. Before we wrap up on this cool episode, I'd like to thank our listeners for tuning in today. If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts on this topic, on how you actually feel technology is shaping the future of agriculture, do not forget to feel free to reach out to us on social media. Um, it's actually The Talkative on Instagram, The Talkative on Twitter, and Akaji's Salvation on Facebook. Yes, it's not JC Podcast on Facebook, it's the talkative, all right? Can't you well to reach out to us there. And that's all for the episode of GAC Podcast. Remember, it's Phillips Josh. And until next time, keep planting the seeds of innovation and harvesting a brighter, more sustainable future. Thanks for listening and peace.